Well, we're checking in with the Allen County Museum, and they've got an exhibit coming up that sounds really interesting. And joining us today, of course, the museum director, Amy Kraft-Clausen. And thanks for coming today, Amy.
Thanks, Holly.
Okay, so you guys work on a strategic plan you were telling me about, working on different exhibits to bring to the museum throughout the year, right?
Sure. Yep. So right now what we're actually doing, and it was actually an exhibition that's been planned by our director of curatorial affairs, Brittany Venturella, and then Charles Bates, who is our curator of transportation. So the two of them actually worked together, and they pulled things from our permanent collection. Okay. And part of this is tied into our strategic plan because it's been some exhibits that we've wanted to kind of think about as we look to the future, and actually find some places within the museum where we can start to engage better and more with our community. Mm-hmm. And so this is just the start, hopefully, of what would be potentially a small community gallery where people from throughout Allen County could bring in different things that they could display and exhibit. Oh, cool. But the exhibition is actually on local industry, and so they're photographs that date back, you know, quite a while up to a more recent, probably the 60s, I think it is. And so there's some images from Ford, some images from NPI, also from the early telephone companies.
Oh, okay. Well, and you know, people right now might think, well, what kind of industry? But we were rich in industry back in the day. I mean, Lima Locomotive Works, and you know, as you mentioned, we still have quite a bit, right? Absolutely.
And so some of these, there's going to be about 15 to 18 photographs, and ultimately they'll highlight some of those, some of them, only some of the local industries, because there's so many. Right. And so hopefully we'll be able to keep that kind of rotating and moving forward.
Well, I assume also you don't have pictures that go with every industry. I mean, sometimes you just don't have that, but maybe someone at home would. But I mean, you guys only have access to certain things, right?
Yeah, that's really funny because yes, for a couple of things, you know, a couple of the industries, it was tricky trying to find the right photograph and something that would be engaging, because often we have a lot of stuff within the archives, but there's not always necessarily the right photograph that could be exhibited. So you know, it's putting those pieces together and working hand in hand with that research and then the right photographs.
Mm-hmm. You said to engage. What, you want people to look at these and then talk more about it? I mean, is that, and you know, like, I remember my dad did this, or like bring kids, you know, in?
Yeah, absolutely, because I think it's a great way for people to harken back to memories and things that their parents did or their grandparents did, or that they remember those kinds of opportunities where their parents were involved with that, or their grandparents or family members. So hopefully it will be a way for people to kind of come in and engage. I know one of the things that people always look at, they're always looking at the flood exhibition photographs, and that's always a big topic of conversation. So people will stop and they look, but hopefully this will generate that kind of interest and kind of engagement and talk.
Right. All right. So you're gathering things together now. When do you think it'll be up for people to enjoy at the museum?
We are looking to probably install between the last week of January and the first week of February. So people can certainly come in by the end of the first week of February, and they can also check the new. We have a new website, so they can check our new website and probably find some information. It will be available on there for when we will exactly open.
All right, exciting stuff. Thanks for coming today, Amy.
Thank you.
All right, don't go away. We'll take a look at the weather forecast next.